Hey fucks, Mad Mike here, and it is time for another monthly Patreon Q&A. This one is for the month of April. Every month I do this for my Patreon donators. I answer their questions, I review some albums if they have requests for that, and I do pretty much whatever the fuck they want me to do. Cause I'm a little whore. So I'm not gonna waste any more time, let's jump into these questions. This first one is from Hayden Smith. Are there any bands you think have a perfect discography? If not, what bands do you think are the closest? So a perfect discography would be something that where everything is a 10 out of 10, right? I don't think there's any band that has that. Not in metal, not in punk, not in rock, not in country. I don't think in any genre. The closest would be death. I think individual thought patterns and human are solid 9s. I think spiritual healings an 8. But the rest of their discography is pretty much a perfect 10. The closest outside of that would be Protest the Hero. There are a lot of bands that I believe have never made a bad album. But I don't think there's any band that has a perfect discography. A band that never made a bad album, in my opinion, is outside of Protest the Hero and Death, Cannibal Corpse. I don't think they have a lot of masterpieces. They don't have a lot of 10 out of 10s, but nothing they've ever done is below a 7. So there's that. Yeah, outside of that, I don't really think there's a band that has a perfect discography. All right, and now it's time for me to answer the first question from my unofficial Patreon donator, Donnie FTW. Which would you prefer? Featuring Mark Hoppus or featuring Travis Barker? I feel like either one I pick is a trap. Because what if they guessed it on? I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and pick none. Sorry, Donnie. All right, now it's time to answer a question from another unofficial donator, and that is my friend from Dem Boys, Eric Roundnose. Would you fight Pete Danzig in 6 rounds of boxing for a chance to win $500,000? Only if you survive till the end. Good thing you said Pete Danzig there, dude. Because if I was fighting him at this age, I'd get that $500K in no time. But didn't Peak Danzig get knocked the fuck out by a band member of one of his opening acts on tour at some point? I can't remember the story right now off the top of my head, but I think he got knocked out by someone. So, but yeah, either way, I think I could take him. Yeah. Give me that $500K, bro. And I'll spend $1,000 of that to punch Jared Leto in the face. Favorite Metallica song? Ooh, this might not be one that you'd expect, but it is No Remorse off of Kill 'Em All, actually. I just love the way it speeds up near the end. I mean, you think the song is over, but then, Lars starts doing 16ths on the drums, and you hear James scream, "Attack!" And then it just goes on to this full-on thrash epic. It's fucking awesome. Of course, I like the classics. I love Fade to Black, Creeping Death, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Master of Puppets, One, Enter Sandman, all the way to Spit Out the Bone, but my personal favorite is still No Remorse off of Kill 'Em All. That's a deep cut for some, but yeah, that's my favorite. Dookie or American Idiot? Easy choice for me, it's Dookie. I do love American Idiot, but Dookie is one of the best pop punk albums of all time. So, yeah, it's Dookie. And I find the filler tracks on that album to be a lot better than the filler on American Idiot. For example, you got In the End. I believe that's the closing track off of Dookie. Fantastic fucking song. More people should listen to that one. And of course, you got, When I Come Around, Welcome to Paradise, Long View, all that shit, Basket Case. So yeah, it's Dookie. That's Green Day's magnum opus. Annihilator or Razor? Annihilator. Pretty much. That's a easy answer to give. Pretty much based on Alice in Hell alone. It's one of the greatest thrash albums of all time. It's one of the greatest guitar albums of all time. Every riff and every solo in there is just so fucking memorable. The acoustic track at the beginning, Crystal Ann, fucking phenomenal. Alice in Hell, the title track, fucking amazing. And you got Welcome to Your Death. Schizos Are Never Alone. And it ends with a Damage Inc. gung-ho type fucking banger that is Human Insecticide. Based on Alice in Hell alone, Annihilator over Razor, for sure. Who do you believe is the best glam metal guitarist? Absolutely, positively Warren DeMartini from Rat. Just based on the Lay It Down riff alone. As far as both riffs and solos and just all around guitar work, I think it's DeMartini. Mick Mars is up there, but yeah, it's Warren DeMartini for me. If you answered Warren DeMartini to that last question, you are wrong and owe me $20. Hashtag Vito Bratta. Hashtag George Lynch. I ain't paying you shit, boy. Your opinion on Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. My opinion on Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers is I don't really have an opinion. I've never really been a fan of them. I do know of I Won't Back Down. I think that's one of their songs. And, of course, Running Down a Dream off the Grand Theft Auto 4 soundtrack. But outside of that, never really been a big fan of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I do apologize. But yeah, they just weren't really my thing. Pick one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, excluding Twins, where Arnold's role would be played by Danny DeVito. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Oh boy. When it comes to an Arnold comedy, I would say Jingle All the Way. I think he would play that role pretty well. When it comes to an Arnold action movie, you know what? I think it would be fucking interesting to see Danny DeVito play in True Lies. And his wife being Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh my god. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah. True Lies. I think that would be interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about the My Chemical Romance reunion? Oh my god, I am so fucking excited over this. I can't fucking wait. Oh my god. Why did you lie about your excitement for the My Chemical Romance reunion? Oh. See, I got these questions in advance from Donnie, and he thought that I was not going to be excited at all for the My Chemical Romance reunion, and so I answered the last question pretending to be excited, knowing full well that he was going to ask this question. Ha 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 ha. So why did I lie? I don't know, because I wanted to fuck with you. That's why. Can you review My Chemical Romance 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge? Alright, so, full confession. Back in my high school days, I fucking hated emo so fucking much. Being a metal guy, I fucking hated that crowd so fucking much. I thought it was a bunch of fucking pansy-ass bullshit. As I have grown up, I still don't like it. I respect the scene now for what it was, but I am just still not a fan of it. That being said, I did give this album a listen just now. I gave it a fair chance because there's some people out there who like to think that I never give anything a chance and that I'm just fucking caught in my own little cocoon because I don't like MGK. Yeah, fucking idiot. I did give this album a fair chance, and it is just incredibly generic, run-of-the-mill fucking pop-punk emo that a billion other fucking pop-punk bands were doing better than. there's so many much better bands than My Chemical Romance from that era. You had the All American Rejects. You had Taking Back Sunday. You had Jimmy Eat World. You had Reliant K. You had Something Corporate, as well as Jack's Mannequin. There was so much better stuff in that time than My Chemical Romance. They, based on my perspective anyway, from like an outsider's perspective, because I was never involved in that scene, they seem to be the Metallica of the emo scene, where they were the biggest band of that era, of that scene, and they got a lot of interest into that scene just based on their name alone. For that, I respect what they've accomplished. They've gotten a lot of people into that scene, the same way Metallica got a lot of people into metal. So I will always respect that. But them as a band, and this album is just... it's an emo album. That's about it. And to me, it almost seems like emo pandering, especially the I'm Not Okay song. That one just seems like everything that is stereotypical about emo is that song. It just feels like fucking pandering to me. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that album. What country outside the US or Canada do you think has the best metal? The obvious answer here is Great Britain. They've been around since the beginning, of course. Black Sabbath, straight out of Birmingham. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. It was the birthplace of heavy metal itself with Black Sabbath. The birthplace of the new wave of British heavy metal that had, Priest, Maiden, Motorhead, Saxon, Diamond Head. You also had the grindcore scene that came out of Great Britain. Of course, Carcass, Napalm Death, and all that. And, Extreme Noise Terror. Even to this day, they're still, right in the thick of it in the metal scene. The best metal band going right now is Venom Prison, and they're straight out of Wales. So... yeah, outside of US and Canada, it's definitely Great Britain. Outside of Great Britain, though, it's definitely Germany. They've been around since the beginning, too. I mean, they started out with the Scorpions, one of the most influential metal bands of all time. Then Rammstein, of course, in the 90s. In the 80s, you had the Teutonic thrash scene, so Creator, Sodom, Destruction, Tankard. And they've continued on to this day. They still have a great power metal scene, Blind Guardian, Halloween, all that. So outside of the US, Canada, and Great Britain, it's definitely Germany. Outside of that, though, that is a good question. Might be a good question for another Q&A. If Donnie and I were both in Shrek, which one of us would be Shrek, and which one would be Donkey? You guys are leading me into a trap with that one. I feel like you guys are leading me into a trap with that one. If I were to say one of them is Shrek, then that means I'm calling their girlfriend or wife an ogre. And if I call one of them Donkey, then I'm calling one of their wife or girlfriend a dragon. I'm not fucking doing that. You guys have been fucking trying to trick me into that shit. I ain't doing that, boy. I ain't doing that. No. I ain't fucking falling for it this time. Other than Altars of Madness, what's your favorite Morbid Angel album? It is their very next album, Blessed Are the Sick. They took a lot of risks with that one. They have a fucking full-on acoustic track in that album. They have Doomsday Celebration, which is essentially a symphonic track. Of course, you got the classic Fall from Grace. My favorite song on that album is Unholy Blasphemies. I love the line, vomit upon the cross and burn the book of lies. It's one of my favorite, most fucking evil fucking lines ever written in a song. Yeah, that's my favorite one outside of Altars of Madness is Blessed Are the Sick. Richard Brunel was a lot more involved in that one, and I always felt that he was a very underrated part in that band. Trey gets all the attention. He deserves most of that attention. He's one of the best guitarists in death metal. Of course, David Vincent got a lot of attention too as the singer. Pete Sandoval as a drummer. But I believe Richard Brunel was a much more critical part in the band, especially on that album, than people realize. And if you want proof of that, I would listen to Desolate Ways. It's his acoustic track off that album. It's fucking beautiful. Are Papa Roach influential or overrated? Are they even popular enough to be overrated? They haven't made a fucking song since Last Resort. Or what was it? There was another song they had that was like the theme of Monday Night Raw. I don't even remember the fucking name of it. And that one was so bad that Monday Night Raw replaced it with fucking Nickelback. So, they're neither. They're just a fucking another butt rock band. That's it. If you were half the drummer Def Leppard's drummer is, what fraction of a drummer would you be? Bruh. In memory of Taylor Hawkins, what's your favorite Foo Fighters song? So, confession time here. I am not the biggest Foo Fighters fan. I'm really sorry about that. I still respect them as artists. I am so sad for Taylor Hawkins and his family, and especially Dave Grohl. I can't imagine what he's going through, having to lose another friend and another bandmate again. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Foo Fighters fan. And if that's disrespectful for me to say right now, I personally think it would be more disrespectful for me to pretend that I like them. That being said, there is one song from them that I really do enjoy, and that is Learn to Fly. Mostly because the video is just fucking bonkers. Again, rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins, and heart goes out to every single Foo Fighters fan, his family, and the rest of Foo Fighters. Thoughts on the Sad Summerfest 2022 lineup? Neck Deep, Water Parks, Mayday Parade, State Champs, Magnolia... What? Magnolia Park? The Summer Set? Against the Current, Hot Mulligan? What is this shit? I don't fucking know. Those are my fucking thoughts. What's your favorite scene from Twilight? A little bit of a preview for the next Dem Boys video. It's gonna be on fucking Twilight. I vowed to myself to never watch that movie ever in my entire life, and I did. Because they tricked me into fucking watching it. And my favorite scene from that is the scene where Bella cannot fucking pour the damn ketchup. You don't fucking shake it like this, you dumb fucking bitch. It's a fucking squeeze bottle. This ain't a squeeze bottle, but like, it's a squeeze bottle, okay? You fucking pour it like there. You know what? I'll give you a fucking example, okay? Let me find a fucking squeeze bottle somewhere. Okay, Okay. This is a fucking squeeze bottle, okay? You know, when you open it up, you don't fucking do that. You don't fucking just fucking shake it like that like a fucking moron. You fucking squeeze it. And you pour it on you. Okay? You fucking squeeze it. Jesus fuck. Oh, What's your favorite Star Wars movie? Favorite Star Wars movie is the most normie answer of all. It is Empire Strikes Back. Favorite album that you own? Altars of Madness, man. I think the question you were trying to ask there is what is my favorite piece of music that I'm like the proudest of owning. Not necessarily my favorite album of all time. If that's the question you were trying to ask, then my answer for that is this. Hold on, let me get it. It is Straight Outta Compton by NWA. Got this on vinyl at the Penn Center in St. Catharines. I believe it's called Sunrise Records. I can't remember. But yeah, arguably the greatest hip-hop album of all time. And I got this sumbitch on vinyl. It's the one I'm proudest of owning for some reason or another, because it's so different for me. But yeah, straight out of Compton. If you guys ever get a chance of picking that one up on vinyl, fucking do it, man. It's such a badass record. Review Wasp's Unholy Terror album already. All right, man. I actually listened to it this time around. So this was a meme in the previous month's Q&A. He wanted me to review Wasp's Unholy Terror, and I didn't review it at all. So I'm going to review it now because I actually just listened to it. And it's good. Creator or Sodom? Oh boy, I'm fangirling right now. It is fucking Creator. Of course it's fucking Creator. I'm a massive fucking Creator fanboy, man. Creator's the fucking best. I take them over Sodom any fucking day of the week. I take them over Tankard. I take them over Destruction. I take them over any other fucking Teutonic thrash band. And most of the American thrash bands. I don't think there should be a big 4 of thrash metal. There should be a big 5. And Creator should be that 5th one. And you know what? I would put him in the 4th position above Anthrax. Yes, that's crazy. Maybe that's crazy to you. It ain't crazy to me. Creator is one of the most legendary fucking thrash bands of all fucking time. You got fucking Pleasure to Kill. You got Extreme Aggression. You got Terrible Certainty. Coma of Souls. And then, even in the last fucking 10 years, you got Phantom Antichrist. And holy fuck, I cannot wait for their latest album. It is going to kick so much fucking ass. And yeah, fucking Creator. Fucking Creator. If you slept with someone in Fall Out Boy, do you think Pete Wentz would write a song about it? I don't get this joke. Again, I am not in the fucking pump, pop, whatever the fuck emo scene, I don't know. Who's Pete Wentz anyway? If there was a Grammy Award given out to the best post-emo band, who would get it? Are you a real pop-punk band if you didn't name your band after a song or album title? If it was guaranteed that no one would ever find out, would you get a blowjob from Candy Kong? Not from Candy Kong. The fuck's wrong with you? I'd totally get one from Claptrap, though. If you could hang out with any celebrity for one day, who would it be? Jared Leto, just so I can punch him in the fucking face all day. Please subscribe to my Patreon. Once I get to $1,000, I can pay that $1,000 to punch Jared Leto in the face. FMK. Shania Twain, Ronnie James Dio, James Cameron. Kill would be James Cameron. Marry Ronnie James Dio, and yeah, Shania Twain. Does that make me a simp? On a scale of 1 to 10, how lame are these brain-dead questions? LOL. Oh, Mr. Hayden, thank you very much for subscribing to my Patreon. Your questions are never lame. I appreciate answering every single one of them. Some of them are challenging for me to answer, but I do enjoy fucking answering every single one of them. They are not fucking lame. You're not lame. You're fucking awesome. Don't ever fucking let anybody tell you differently. You got it? Alright, fucks, and that's it for my Patreon Q&A for April 2022. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your questions, Hayden, Donnie, and Eric. If you want to ask questions of your own for these specials, then I will gladly answer them if you subscribe to my Patreon. It is in the comments. It's in the description. It's $2 US a month, $3 Canadian. Go ahead if you want to, and if you want more content like this as well. Right now, I'm working on a Seth Putnam project that I've been working on for fucking ever. It's become my version of YMS's The Lion King 2019 video. And I got a whole bunch of other stuff on the way too. I got some reviews of some contemporary albums. I got a couple Big Four videos on the way and shit like that. And if you want to see some progress on that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon as well. I'm going to start putting some more stuff up there, more exclusive stuff up there anyway. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Patreon link is in the description and the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, fucks!